In about 1995, I worked with a group of colleagues, some from the University of Florida, some from Harvard Medical School, and we brought together a concept that we talked about for a long time. And we initiated and organized our first surgical mission to Vietnam. This was shortly after Bill Clinton ended the trade embargo with Vietnam, but before we normalized relations with Vietnam. But we began working in those days as one of the first American medical teams in Vietnam. In the years we've worked there, over the past 20 years, we have focused our efforts on teaching. We have taught many Vietnamese surgeons. We brought many of them to the U.S. and believe that if you can teach a man to fish as opposed to giving him a fish, you come out ahead. We've also focused our efforts on the weakest and the poorest in that very poor society. We focused our efforts on children and primarily have worked in the arena of facial deformity. Those years have been very rewarding. They have brought us many patients. Over the years, we've made whole over 1,000 children now since we began our work in Vietnam. But we've done so as a manifestation of our faith and in an effort to establish a small island, perhaps a small microcosm of social justice on the planet. We view ourselves as modern-day Robin Hoods. We're all very well-paid professionals in arguably the wealthiest society that's ever existed on the planet. And we're able to redeem some of the dollars that are given to us for these children in Vietnam. It's been a great privilege and a great blessing. Tonight, I'd just like to thank a couple of people. My neighbor and friend, Darby Moses, is here. Darby is the best attorney in Denver. She and her husband, John Reeves, have been integral in our efforts in Vietnam. Though they are busy professionals and entrepreneurs in Denver, they have given their time. Both of them have been seen cleaning floors in operating rooms in Vietnam. Darby has guided us through the somewhat rough waters at times of running a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So thank you to both of you. And I'd also like to thank my wife, Dr. Nakazono. There's a joke between us. Her name is Nakazono, and sometimes she's Popham, sometimes Nakazono. But I'd like to thank Nadine. Nadine has been an inspiration in the process and has been the heart and soul of About Face. So thank you. Thank you also to my parents who surprised me with their visit here tonight. They came from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And finally, just one more great thanks to the university. It's an honor to be a part of the University of South Dakota. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave, Craig, and Jerry. As your alumni director and as a fellow alum of USD, I enjoy bringing you together across the country throughout the year. We may, as Alyssa said earlier, we may be of different eras, we may have different backgrounds, and we may have different dreams and be at different stages of our lives, but we are all a part of the same family. We are USD. Throughout our 150 years, we've been very blessed. If you think back to 150 years ago, when the leaders of Vermilion even had this idea to establish a university in a frontier town in an open prairie, it required real persistence and determination. Just imagine if they could see us tonight, how far we've come based on their dream and their determination. To those pioneers, we owe our gratitude. And throughout our history, we've been blessed to have visionary leaders, to have loyal, alumni, resourceful supporters, dedicated faculty, and enthusiastically involved students who have invested themselves in this place. To their persistence and their passion, we can attribute our progress. But I think we owe them more than just our appreciation. As the alma mater says, we need to follow in the path of that brave pioneer. As we enjoy the weekend, reconnecting with friends, many of them lifelong friends that started here, and retrace our steps, I think we need to consider how we can be a part of the university's future. We owe those pioneers and those alumni who went before us more than just our appreciation. I would recommend and suggest that we owe our commitment, our pride, and our involvement. So as we reconnect with our friends, retrace those steps, I challenge each of us to think about and look now to the future and to look onward and think about what can our legacy be? What will we do with our inheritance? We hope you have a great time this weekend. We're delighted you're back. Have a good time.